Adsorption rate of physisorption increases when A. Temperature is decreased, B. Temperature is increased, C. Pressure is decreased, D. None of these. Now, physisorption or physical adsorption, what is that? Now, when particles of the adsorbate are held to the surface of the adsorbent by the physical forces such as van der Waals forces, the adsorption is called as physisorption. Now, physisorption is decreased on rising temperature. On rising temperature. This happens because on increasing temperature, the kinetic energy of the gas molecules increases and they leave the surface of the adsorbent. Now, therefore, on the other hand, if the rate of physisorption increases when temperature is decreased, therefore the correct answer is option A. The goal number of A, B, C and D are 0.04, 0.002, 10 and 25 respectively. Protective power of A, B, C and D are in order. Here are the options. Now the protective power and the goal number are related as protective power is inversely proportional to the goal number. Hence, lower the goal number, more will be the protective power. Now, the least goal number is 0.002, which is of B. Therefore, B will be the first one, which will be the highest, which will be more then the lowest goal number is of A. Therefore, the next number in the sequence will be A. Now, the next number which is lower is 10, which is of C. Therefore, the next will be C and the final will be D. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. Breathing arc method cannot be used to prepare colloidal solution of which of the following? A. Lead, B. Iron, C. Ag and D. Au. Now, Breathing's arc method is suitable for the preparation of colloidal solution of metal like gold, silver, and platinum, and etc. An arc is struck between the electrodes metal electrodes under the surface of water containing some stabilizing agent such as the trace of potassium hydroxide. However, Fe does not react with alkalis. That is why it is not obtained by the Breadrig arc method. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, Fe, iron. Which of the following molecules is most stable to disperse benzene in water? Here are the options. Now, we all know that benzene is non-polar in nature. As we know that non-polar disperses non-polar. Therefore, metamethyl nonyl benzene, which is option C, being non-polar from both the sides, will disperse more of benzene. Now all the other options A, B and D have either one side polar or both sides as polar, which is option B. Therefore, the correct answer here will be option C, metamethyl nonyl benzene. 50 milliliter of 1 mole oxalic acid is taken with 0.5 grams of wood charcoal. The final concentration of the solution after adsorption is 0.5 molar. Amount of oxalic acid adsorbed per gram of charcoal is, here are the options. Now we need to find the way. Therefore, W is equal to 126 into 1 into 50 upon 1000, which gives us 6.3 grams. Thus, 1 molar oxalic acid has 6.3 grams. After adsorption, 0.5 molar oxalic acid solution has 6.3 upon 2 grams, which is equal to 3.65 grams. Therefore, 0.5 grams of wood charcoal, as he has 3.65 grams of oxalic acid. So 1 gram of wood charcoal will have 3.65 into 1 upon 0.5, which is equal to 6.3 grams of oxalic acid. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Long chain of protein synthesized by HIV can be cut into segments and AIDS can be prevented. The name of chemical that works out by cutting is enzyme A. Catalase, B. Amylase, C. Anhydrase, and D. Protease. Now, viruses are mainly of protein composites. Protein composition. That is HIV, which is a virus, it's mainly of a protein composition. Therefore, protease is enzyme which degrades the protein molecules and can be molecules and can be cut into segments. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. When the colloidal solution is subjected to an electric field, the particles move towards anode. The coagulation of the same solution is studied using NaCl, BaCl2, and AlCl3 solution. The coagulation power should be, these are the options. Now, the coagulation power directly depends on the charge of the ions. Therefore, now the three electrolytes given are AlCl3, BaCl2, and NaCl. Now the charge on the cations is Al is plus 3, Ba has a plus 2 charge, and Na has a plus 1 charge. Therefore, the correct option or the correct order will be AlCl3 is more than BaCl2 is more than NaCl, which is option D. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. Poisoning of catalyst means A. Catalyst becomes highly reactive, B. Catalyst becomes inactive, C. Intermediate is formed quickly, D. Intermediate is formed very slowly. Now, what does a basic general idea of poisoning is? Poisoning means someone dying, which is in form of human being. The same happens in a reaction. The molecule other than the desired are accumulated on the catalyst, which further do not get consumed in the reaction. Therefore, extra molecules are accumulated on the catalyst. Therefore, it rests on the surface of the catalyst, blocking the space, which renders the catalyst useless. Therefore, this makes the catalyst inactive. Therefore, poisoning of catalyst means catalyst becomes inactive. The correct answer is option B. Recognize catalyst in the following set of reaction. 2SO2 plus 2NO2 gives 2SO3 plus 2NO. The second reaction is 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. The options are A. SO2, B. NO2, C. O2, and D. NO. Now, in the first reaction, you may see that NO2 is received the same as it was before. So we get NO2 and we get 2NO right here. Therefore, NO2 is there. Now, in the second reaction, we also get the end product as NO2. Now, in the second reaction, SO2 is not even involved. Therefore, option A cannot be the correct answer. The same can be true for option C and D because since they are not there in the first two equations. Therefore, the correct answer is NO2, which acts in a catalyst and accelerates the reaction without any change in itself. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. W is the amount of adsorbate adsorbed by unit mass of an adsorbent whose mass is x gram, and the initial pressure and equilibrium pressure of the adsorbate are P1 and P2 respectively. Fredolitz's adsorption isotherm can be written as, here are the options. Now here we will take the equilibrium pressure P2 in the action. So now the equation will be given as W upon x will be equal to k into P2 raised to 1 by n, which is the Fredolitz's equation. Now you might think that option B is the correct answer. But it is given in the question that if W is the amount of adsorbent absorbed by a unit mass, therefore they have given the value of X, which is mass, as 1 gram. Therefore, W is equal to K into P2 raised to 1 by N. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. How many layers are adsorbed in chemical adsorption? A 1, B 2, C many, and D 0. Now, in chemical adsorption, weak chemical bond bond is formed. Now, due to the weak chemical bond, another layer cannot be absorbed. Another layer after one cannot be absorbed. Therefore, not many layers can be adsorbed. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, 1. Oils and fats are obtained by saponification of potassium stearate. Its formula is CH3CH216 COO minus K plus. Lyophobic end of atom is CH3 and lyophilic end is COO minus K plus. Potassium stearate is therefore an example of, here are the options. Now, the substance whose molecules associate with the given solvent to form colloidal particles are known as associative colloids. Associative colloids. The molecule of soap and detergent are molecules of soap and detergent are generally than colloidal particles. Smaller than colloidal particles. These molecules associate in concentration solution to form colloidal sized particles. Colloidal sized particle. These associations of soap and detergent are known as micelle. Now, potassium stearate is an example of both colloids as well as micelles. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. A catalyst is used to A. Increase the product, increase or decrease the rate of reaction, C. Increase or decrease the products, D. Decrease the product. Now, what is a catalyst? A catalyst is a substance which changes the rate of reaction without affecting the overall energetics of the reaction. Therefore, the correct answer here will be B. Increase or decrease the rate of reaction. Which of the following is a liphobic colloidal solution? A. Aqueous starch solution. B. Aqueous proteins solution. C. Gold solution. And D. Polymer solvent in some organic solvents. Now, gold particles. Here, we look, all the A, B, and D are not the correct answer. But however, in option C, gold particles have very less affinity towards the dispersion medium. Hence, its solution can be easily coagulated. Hence, gold is a liphobic colloidal solution. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. When an excess and a very high dilute aqueous solution of Ki is added to a very dilute aqueous of silver nitrate, the colloidal particles of silver iodide, which are associated with Helmholtz double layer, are, here are the options. Now, when Ki solution is added to AgNO3 solution, positively charged Sol results due to the adsorption of Ag plus from the dispersion medium, forming AgL and Ag plus. acquired that this layer attracts counter ions from the medium, forming a second layer. Now, this layer attracts a counter ion from the medium, forming a second layer as AgL, Ag plus, and I negative. Therefore, the correct answer here is option A. The continuous phase contains the dispersed phase throughout. Example is A. Water in milk, B. Fat in milk, C. Water droplets in mist, and D. Oil in water. Now here, emulsion of oil and water are unstable and they separate into two layers on standing. Non-polar solvents dissolves in non-polar solutes. So in case of the solution of fat in milk, the phase contains the phase contains the throughout dispersed phase throughout. Therefore, the correct answer here is option B. The function of gum arabic in preparation of Indian ink is A. Coagulation, B. Peptidization, C. Protective action, and D. Absorption. Now, gum arabic has a protection power. Hence, the function of its ion in preparation of Indian milk is actually protection action. Therefore, the correct answer here is option C. Identify the gas which is really absorbed by activated charcoal. Option A N2, option B SO2, option C H2, and option D O2. Now here H2, N2 and O2, all three are elemental gases, and SO2 and other examples like NH3 and CO2 are easily liquefiable gases. Here, easily liquefiable gases are absorbed to a greater extent than elemental gases H2, N2, and O2. Therefore, here the correct answer is option B. In Friedrich adsorption isotherm, the value of 1 by n is A. Between 0 and 1 in all cases, B. Between 2 and 4 in all cases, C. In case 1 in case of physical adsorption, D. 1 in case of chemosorption. Now, what is Friedrich adsorption isotherm? It is given by x upon m is directly proportional to p raised to 1 by n. Now, if we had to want to equate these values, we need to introduce a constant k. Therefore, x upon m is equal to k into p raised to 1 by n. Therefore, the value which is equal to this value will always range between 1 is less than equal 0 is less than equal to 1 upon n is less than equal to 1. Therefore, here the correct answer will be option A, between 0 and 1 in all cases. In which of the following commercial process a catalyst is not used? A. Haber's process, B. Deacon's process, C. Solvay process, and D. Lead chamber process. Now, in Haber's process, we use iron as a catalyst. In Deacon's process, we use Cu2Cl2 as catalyst. Now, in lead chamber process, we use N2O5 as catalyst. But in Salvay's process, we do not use anything as catalyst. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Activated charcoal is used to remove coloring matter from pure substance. It works by A. Oxidation, B. Reduction, C. bleaching, and D. Adsorption. Now, it has been observed that the surface of solid or liquid has the tendency to attract and retain the molecules of other immiscible phase with which it is brought into contact. These molecules remain only at the surface and do not go deeper into the bulk. This tendency of accumulation of molecular species at the surface of the bulk of a solid or a liquid is termed as adsorption. Therefore, activated charcoal is used to remove coloring matter from pure substance by adsorption, which is the answer D. Option D. During the adsorption of krypton on an activated charcoal at low temperature, A. Delta H is more than 0 and delta S is less than 0. B. Delta H and delta S are both less than 0. C. Both delta H and delta S are more than 0. And D. Delta H is less than 0 and delta S is more than 0. Now, during adsorption, there is always a decrease in the residual forces of the surface. That is, there is a decrease in the surface energy. Surface energy decreases, which appears as heat. Adsorption, therefore, is invariably compared by the evolution of heat. That is, it is an exothermic reaction process. Now, this amount, when a gas is adsorbed, the freedom of movement of its molecules becomes restricted. This amounts to decrease in the entropy, the decrease in the entropy of gas after adsorption. That is, delta S is less than 0, which that is it decreases. The adsorption, therefore, is accompanied by the decrease in the enthalpy as well as decrease in the entropy. Therefore, both delta H is less than 0 and delta S is less than 0. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. The coagulation of 100 milliliter of a colloidal solution of gold is completely prevented by addition of 0.25 grams of a substance X to it before adding 10 milliliter of 1% NaCl solution. The gold number of X is 0.25, 25, 250 and 2.5. Now by definition, gold number of X is the amount of it in mg which is present in 10 milliliters of a colloidal gold solution. Now, 250 mg of X is present in 100 ml of a colloidal solution of gold. Hence, 10 ml, 10 ml the amount of X, and in 10 ml the amount of X present is 25 250 upon 10, which will be equal to 25 mg, which is the gold number of X. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. Which one of the following is not a surfactant? CH3, CH215, N plus, CH3Br, B, C or D? Now here, what is a surfactant? Now, surfactants are those which have a charge on their tail. For example, alkyl trimethyl ammonium bromide. Here, bromide has a negative charge on its tail. Therefore, this is a surfactant. Now, in option C and D, also Na in the end has a positive charge on the end. Now, surfactants are those which dissociate in water to yield positively charged ions. Therefore, in option B, we do not have a charge on the tail. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. 0.2 grams of fine animal charcoal is mixed with half liter of acetic acid solution and shaken for 30 minutes. Now what will happen? A. Concentration remains same. B. Concentration increases. C. Concentration of the solution decreases. And D. None of these. Now, here, solid surfaces can absorb dissolved substances from solution. When solution of acetic acid in water is shaken with charcoal, part of acetic acid is removed by the carbon and the concentration of the solution decreases. Therefore, here the correct answer will be concentration of the solution decreases, which is option C. In which of the following process shape selective catalysis is occurring? A. Conversion of alcohol to gasoline. B. Synthesis of methanol from CO and H2. C. Polymerization of ethylene. And D. Synthesis of ammonia. Now, shape selective catalysts are zeolites. And zeolites are aluminol silicates of the general formula MXNAIO2.SiO2Y.MH2O. Now zeolites are used in the conversion of alcohol to gasoline as well as in polymerization of ethylene. So here, two answers are correct. That is option A and C. Therefore, both are the correct answer. The catalyst used in the manufacture of methanol from water gas is A. V2O5, B. Ni plus HO, C. ZNO plus Cr2O3, or D. Pt plus W. Now, the manufacture of methanol from water gas is given by the formula CO plus H2 plus H2 gives CH3OH, which is methanol. Here we make the use of the catalyst ZNO plus Cr2O3. Therefore, here the correct answer is option C. Which of the following is a true solution? A. NaCl in SO2, B. Copper in silver, C. Salt in petrol, and D. Mud in water. Now here, among these alloys are always true solution. Therefore, B will be a true solution. Now let's look at option A. Now NaCl in SO2 forms sodium sulfate, which is a precipitate, not a true solution. Therefore, A is not the correct answer. Now C, salt in petrol is a suspension. That is, it does not dissolve. Therefore, it's not a true solution. Now option D, mud in water is also a suspension and therefore it does not dissolve. Therefore, only B is a true solution. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. In petrochemical industry, alcohols are directly converted to gasoline by passing over heated A. Platinum, B. ZSM5, C. Iron, D. Nickel, and E. Palladium. Now, such a reaction, alcohols are converted into gasoline. Now, such a reactions is an application of shape selective catalyst. Now, one of the very good shape selective catalyst is zeolites. They are a good shape selective catalyst because zeolites or ZSM5 have a honeycomb structure. Therefore, out of all the 5 options, zeolites is the correct answer, which is ZSM5, which is option B.
The catalyst used in oxidation of SO2 to SO3 is A nickel, B ZnCr2O3, C V2O5, and iron. Conversion of SO2 to SO3 requires a strong oxidizing agent. It is done in presence of V2O5, that is vanadium pentoxide. It is strong oxidizing agent. It converts SO2 to SO3. So option C is the correct answer.